Stop what you're doing and check your pocket change right now, because one old and dirty 2000 3D Alabama state quarter could secretly be worth thousands of dollars. And in some shocking cases, collectors believe rare error versions could climb even higher. Most people spend these coins without a second look, but a few lucky collectors have discovered hidden treasure hiding in plain sight. The 2000 3D Alabama state quarter is one of those coins that almost nobody paid attention to when it first entered circulation. Released as part of the famous 50 state quarters program, this coin honored Alabama with the image of Helen Keller, a longleaf pine branch, and a magnolia blossom. Millions of Americans used it for soda machines, parking meters, and grocery stores. But here's the shocking part. A handful of these quarters were struck with rare minting mistakes that turned ordinary pocket change into big money collectibles. And today, we're diving deep into the old and dirty 2000 3D Alabama quarter that collectors everywhere are desperately hunting for. Now imagine this. A man cleaning out an old toolbox found a grimy Alabama quarter covered in dirt and dark toning. He almost tossed it into a coin jar worth face value. But before he did, something caught his eye near the date. A strange doubling effect. He sent it to a grading company, and what came back shocked him completely. That quarter sold for hundreds of dollars because of a rare minting error hiding in plain sight. That's why you should never ignore old and dirty coins. Sometimes dirt hides damage, but sometimes it hides life-changing value. The Denver Mint produced over 225 million Alabama quarters in 2003. That sounds common, right? And yes, most of them are only worth 25 cents. But hidden among those millions are rare error coins, high-grade survivors, and strange varieties that collectors pay huge money to own. So how do you identify the valuable ones? First, look at the front of the coin. You'll see George Washington facing left. Then check the date, 2003. Right next to the date should be a tiny D mint mark. That means it was struck at the Denver Mint. Now flip it over. You'll see Helen Keller sitting with a book alongside a branch and flowers. This design was historic because it was the first U.S. coin to feature Braille. Right beside Helen Keller's shoulder, you'll notice the word Alabama and a tiny Braille inscription reading Spirit of Courage. And here's where things get exciting. Some 2000 3D Alabama quarters were struck with doubled dies. That means parts of the design appear doubled because the coin die shifted slightly during production. On certain examples, collectors have spotted doubling in the lettering, the date, and even parts of the reverse design. If you spot strong doubling with the naked eye, your quarter could instantly jump from pocket change to serious collector value. Some double die examples have sold for $100 to $500 depending on condition. But wait, it gets even crazier. Another hidden treasure collectors search for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank isn't positioned correctly during minting. The result? A quarter with part of the design missing and a strange blank crescent shape around the edge. Minor off-center Alabama quarters can bring $50 to $150. But dramatic off-center examples, especially those showing the full date and mint mark, can sell for over $1,000. And if you think that's unbelievable, listen to this. One collector reportedly discovered a 2000 3D Alabama quarter struck on the wrong planchet. Instead of being struck on a normal quarter blank, it was accidentally struck on a foreign coin blank or another denomination planchet. These mint errors are extremely rare and can command thousands of dollars at auction. That's the kind of hidden treasure that changes everything. Now here's something many collectors don't realize. Old and dirty coins are often more valuable than shiny, clean coins. Why? Because cleaning destroys original surfaces. Professional collectors want coins with natural aging, original toning, and authentic texture. So if you find a dark, dirty Alabama quarter, do not scrub it clean. You could accidentally wipe away hundreds of dollars in value. And now we reach one of the biggest shocks of all. Condition matters enormously. Most Alabama quarters were heavily circulated. They got scratched, worn down, and damaged over the years. But a few survived in nearly perfect condition. These are called high-grade coins. A certified mint state 67 example of a 2000 3D Alabama quarter has sold for hundreds of dollars. In some rare auction appearances, superb gem condition examples have pushed even higher because collectors compete fiercely for top population coins. That means the difference between a quarter worth 25 cents and one worth hundreds can come down to tiny details invisible to the average person. Look carefully for sharp details in Washington's hair, strong luster, clean surfaces, and crisp lettering. Now let's talk about another error that sends collectors into a frenzy: die cracks and cut errors. Over time, coin dies wear out. Sometimes they crack under pressure, leaving raised lines or blobs of metal on coins. Certain Alabama quarters have been discovered with dramatic die cracks running across the design. These unusual mint mistakes are incredibly popular because every crack pattern is unique. Depending on size and visibility, die crack Alabama quarters can sell anywhere from $20 to several $100s. And here's a fact that surprises many people. Some collectors specifically hunt old rolls of state quarters from banks, estate sales, and forgotten coin jars because valuable errors are still being found today. That means the next life-changing value coin could literally be sitting inside a dusty drawer in someone's house right now. Imagine spending a quarter on coffee when it could have paid your bills instead. That's why coin collectors call this hobby modern treasure hunting. But the Alabama quarter has one more shocking secret. Some examples display dramatic toning colors caused by years of storage in old albums or containers. Blues, golds, purples, and rainbow shades can appear naturally over time. Collectors love attractive toning because it makes every coin unique. A beautifully toned Alabama quarter in high grade can bring far more than a normal example. And now comes the moment you absolutely cannot miss. Here's your quick checklist for spotting a valuable 2000 3D Alabama quarter. Check for the D mint mark near the date. Look closely for doubling in the letters and numbers. Inspect the rim for off-center strikes or missing design areas. Search for die cracks, cuds, or strange raised lines. Look for unusual color, strong luster, or sharp details. Never clean the coin. And always check old and dirty quarters carefully before spending them, because hidden treasure often looks ordinary at first glance. The craziest part? People still ignore these coins every single day. Collectors have pulled valuable Alabama quarters from circulation, coin rolls, junk drawers, and even gas station change. That means the next big money discovery could happen to you. And if you think this quarter is shocking, wait until you hear about the next rare state quarter with a minting mistake so bizarre that one example reportedly sold for enough money to buy a brand new luxury car. So before you spend another quarter, go check your pockets, your old jars, and your forgotten coin collections right now. Because your next piece of pocket change might not be worth 25 cents. It might be a hidden treasure with life-changing value. And if you love discovering rare coins worth big money, subscribe right now, because the next coin we reveal could be sitting in your house already.